This old house in East Austin has seen a lot since 1853 when it was built on a Republic of Texas land grant. Since 1998, it's been home to the American Botanical Council, founded by Mark Blumenthal. Through its public gardens, ABC extends their educational mission to reveal the true beauty behind plants of many origins.
Mark Blumenthal started our journal, Herbalgram, in 1983. And then in 1987, he incorporated as a 501c3 nonprofit to educate people on the responsible use of medicinal plants. We've been here since 1998, and we have, depending on how you count them, approximately 25 medicinal themed gardens and cuisine gardens.
Now parceled into 2.5 acres, the original 450 was where Sherman Case built a flour mill on Little Walnut Creek in the 1850s. Later farmed by Vernon Cook, these days it farms beneficial plants in demonstration beds.
One of our premier gardens is in front of the building, and it's called Human Systems. And it's broken up into different beds. So there's a digestive system garden, central nervous system, cardiovascular, respiratory. Each of those gardens has plants in it that are specifically used for that body system. Most of them are ones that actually have clinical studies done on them, but a few of the plants are things that are just strictly folk medicine that have not been picked up on by the big herbal companies.
Beneficial aloe vera actually blooms at ABC since they cover it in winter. Annual edible calendula loves cold weather and feeds overwintering pollinators.
It's really good for the skin. So you can harvest the flowers. Then what you do is you pull the petals off the calendula, spread them out on some paper towels or something in a cool, dark place to dry. Once they're totally dry, you can infuse them in oil, and you can use anything. I mean, you could use olive oil if you wanted to. I personally prefer apricot kernel or almond oil. It's good for all kinds of skin things. It helps with hemorrhoids. It helps with chapped lips.
In the digestive garden, ABC shares fennel with swallowtail butterfly caterpillars.
We've always planted enough dill and fennel and things like that that we get some and they get some too. In addition to eating it and it just tasting good, fennel is really good for digestion.
Gardeners can imitate American Botanical Council's charming designs at home.
We'll try a plant 2 or 3 times, and if it doesn't do well here, we just don't grow it. So there are some medicinal plants, people will come and they will know that a particular plant is good for, say, the respiratory system, and they'll go, why don't you grow this plant? Well, we've tried, but it doesn't want to grow in Central Texas, so we just give up and we grow the things that do well here. So when people come to our property, we want them to see things that they can grow in their backyard and make an infusion from to drink if they have a cough or something. So we tell them when we do herb walks, this one's really easy. This one, maybe not so much. We grow a lot of Texas natives because they're big and showy and have beautiful blooms and they attract a lot of pollinators. A lot of the herbs that we grow, their blooms aren't so showy. So we get the pollinators here for the showy things, and then they tend to find the other things too and pollinate them.
Gardeners can also see how big plants grow and the kind of sun they can take.
I like to say that garden is filled with plants that were used by the Native Americans, the Mexican settlers, and the European invaders.
White sage, Salvia apiana, was used by Southern California and Baja California Native Americans for medicinal purposes and some food. Now its leaves are mainly burned as a ceremonial smudge, believed to purify the space and to dispel evil spirits and negative vibrations.
We also have a traditional Chinese medicine garden. And an Ayurvedic garden. Ayurveda is a traditional Indian medicinal paradigm. It's not just about herbs, but herbs play a really big part in it. They're more holistic than Western medicine is. They know it's about diet, exercise, and then the herbs are used in addition to those things to help people stay well.
UT Pharmacy students and dietetic students from Texas State University learn about beneficial plants while helping out on garden duty. Led by Education and Intern Coordinator Jenny Perez, she's the one who started the vegetable garden.
So since we have dietetic interns, she started a food as medicine program for them.
ABC welcomes all volunteers who want to learn more about beneficial plants. Full-time gardener Toby Bernal wrangles the day-to-day upkeep, now joined by Skylar Pacino, a former volunteer who signed on part-time. Toby's art extends to miniature sculptures.
He is Buddhist, and he uses that as a calming meditation for himself. The Chinese cuisine garden has one that mimics a Chinese lantern. And he tends to find rocks that don't look like they would balance, and then he makes them balance. We try to do as much as possible by permaculture methods. So when we bought this property, the existing gardens on the patio are close to the kitchen door. So we decided to turn those all into cuisine gardens.
One garden's devoted to herbal tea. A children's garden favors plants that are interesting to smell or touch and that are useful to keep them well. 3 varieties of table grapes grow in their antioxidant garden. When a storm damaged a tree at its border, freelance artist Bob Wallace happened by with an idea. Trouble-free antique roses scent the sunniest areas, where their fruits, high in vitamin C, make tasty jams, syrups, and teas. To assist on watering, ABC has 2 rain collection tanks. From them, the water flows underground to a transfer tank, where it's filtered and pumped into a 10,000-gallon storage tank. Check out ABC's website for guided tour groups to learn more about how to take healthy control with plants.
We also want to help them learn when is it okay to self-treat and when do you really need the help of a doctor. It starts with eating the right foods, eating foods that have a lot of color, eating a wide variety of things. And a lot of these herbs, while you may not eat enough in a given meal or even a day to get a therapeutic dose, they tend to build up in your system. I mean, a lot of herbs, some are different. Lemon balm, you can drink a cup of lemon balm tea at night and it'll calm you down. But a lot of the things like feverfew for migraines or ginkgo for improved circulation, those things are going to take 4 to 6 weeks maybe to build up in your system and actually start having the beneficial effect. So these are all things that, we want people to know. And for me personally, I've always questioned, when does the healing begin? Is it when you actually drink the cup of lemon balm tea? Or is it when you plant the lemon balm? Or is it when you sit in your, cozy little chair in the winter looking at your seed catalogs and decide what it is you're going to plant? I think that's all part of the healing process and part of the health process.